Hi, YouTube subscribers. It's Friday, and it's actually the second day in a row that I managed to get on this thing. So I went live yesterday. If you guys didn't get a chance to scope that out, I also uploaded it as a new video where I was describing I'm having an absolute nightmare with this piece of Bitcoin mining equipment that I bought. I'm having a terrible time. I'm going to put up more content about that in a little while, but I needed to come on here, I think, and describe and explain to you guys, where I started and where we're at now are two entirely different things, and it's made it harder to put content on this channel that was relevant to what it was when I started. If you look back, I think the first video I put on here was, I have it bookmarked. First video I put on here, well, I'll just look. The first video that I put on this channel was somewhere in 2015. It was July of 2015. So it's been almost 10 years I've had this channel. I did not expect to get to a point where I have 1,750 subscribers. That's not a lot, I know. I mean, to me, that's a lot. That's incredible. I really didn't expect that. And to other people that are out there with 100,000 subscribers, congrats to you. I can only hope for that kind of success in the future, but I'm ecstatic with what I have. This, at the time, was designed to be a place where I could share information, as I had just left a job that I worked in the plastics thermoforming industry, and I became self-employed. I had a couple of business partners at that time, and we were doing electronic repairs. I was in school to be a systems analyst and programmer. I wanted to share the information as unique situations came into our repair shop, and so I would record videos of some of the things that would come in, whether they were computer related, sometimes they were video games, things like that. And I'd put those videos on your cell phones, and it got a small following. And then over a period of time, I changed the name to the Spaghetti Code name. During some of that, life happened. Life went a lot of different directions. And through that, there's been a lot. There's been, I mean, we all went through COVID together, right? COVID was a nightmare. There's been a lot. There's been an entire political landscape flip. There has been, there's just been a lot. It's been a crazy 10 years, and hopefully the next 10 gets better. But what it's done is it's allowed me over that time to really focus in on, I'm 38, I think. It's allowed me to figure out where I want to be by 48, 50. And I've started to segregate some of the work into different areas. So what we're going to do with this channel, if you see I've changed the channel name and I've updated the graphics, I know where I want to be. And we're going to start to showcase a lot more of the path to getting there on this channel. Now, if some particular avenue of where I'm trying to go, if that blows up in a different way, if that seems more popular, it might become a channel of its own. You're probably going to see some more faces. I no longer do really commercial repair work for the general public. I sold the repair company into a new corporation, which I'm the only shareholder of. But we have a long-term plan with that business to do quite a few different ventures, everything from, imagine, plastics manufacturing, which is what I left in the first place, to media, and some other different things, hospitality. So I want to be able to showcase that content in a meaningful way, and hopefully provide some solutions and some inspiration to other entrepreneurs along the way. And we'll see where that goes. I also, about a year and a half ago, I got involved with a local restaurant who had been closed by the authorities over an unpermitted DIY project that created a cascading effect of building code violations. So I came into that situation, and I'm now I have a very lucrative contract with that owner. I am now part owner with a very lucrative contract that will potentially allow for me to be the owner. But in the meanwhile, I have the day-to-day operations under my hat. I'm the CEO of that corporation on top of my own corporation. So getting time to sit down and produce content for you guys is something else. Now on my company, we've delved into 3 or 4 different things. I run a program, I run a recycling program, and I run a sign shop, and I also do hosting for some of the local businesses. I host their websites, emails, voice over IP stuff. So that helps keep the lights on, barely sometimes, but it helps keep the lights on. On the recycling program, we have 2 major platforms. One of those is a curbside program wherein we collect and process household paper, plastic, glass, and cardboard for about 100 customers. It's not a very big program, but with the state of Michigan having put through a mandate that's going to require municipalities to have access to that in the coming years, I thought it would be a really good move to get into that. The other side of it is the electronics take back program that we have, which we are licensed by the state of Michigan to do that. And that was a tough thing there. But all of these things right now, the reason I bring up the recycling of the electronics is that when I say we don't do repair commercially, some of that stuff, I'm of the mindset that we refurbish first before we recycle. So if I can refurb it and give it some more life, we do that. And so in some cases, you're still going to get some repair content. So if that's why you were here and you've got 1 foot out the door, stay put, because we get some really cool stuff, and I want to be able to show that to you. But all of these things are mechanisms to gain capital for what I really want to be in. And part of that is plastics manufacturing to make stuff like this and other things. But that's not even the big one. The big one I can't really delve into at this point because I've got a really good idea that's very unique, very feasible, and I've studied it quite a bit. And it is not going to be an easy path. And so with me and my trusty friend GPT here, we had come up with this concept of the hard road, which is pretty accurate for what it is that I'm trying to get accomplished. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you should click on that thing down there and go ahead and do that. And I'll continue providing a little bit of this content. I've got some stuff to show you later with this computer. That's going to be a video about this ridiculous Chia coin farm that I'm trying to figure out. Don't get me started on that right now. I have some other crypto coin related content that is going to be coming out the next couple of days. I want to give you guys a view of the restaurant and what the problem is down there. I can't go too deep into that because I do see a situation coming where there's going to be some litigation required to even get the doors open. We've spent a tremendous amount of money and a tremendous amount of time since I came in there, and that's for an entirely different video and an entirely different playlist. But I just wanted to say I would like for you guys all to be like re-welcomed into this channel as we together go down the hard road.